residents, go in and stay in your houses. Drive the rats in the tank area.
What is up on Satanic Father's Day?
All right.
I wouldn't be me if I didn't say that. Because usually I say, welcome to Satanic Sunday, and here it is, Satanic Father's Day.
Yeah.
That's right. We're bringing a good one for y'all tonight. And we appreciate you tuning in. You probably had your big Father's Day meal like I did and ready to go to fucking sleep. But
You know,
instead, what was you going to say?
you know what would be totally appropriate is if the Death Slinger joined us because it's Father's Day.
Yeah. And trust
That would be
me,
awesome.
if he didn't have a show, he's playing somewhere tonight. So
Got it.
I would have totally have loved that. But thank you, Kelly. Kelly says happy Father's Day. And to all you burly, hardworking, hair swilling, kick assery fathers out there, and I'm talking about the real ones. I ain't talking about ones that just are there by blood. For all you guys do, for all your kids out there, and really try to make a difference in those kids' life, and I mean that sincerely because I've been on both sides of it, and a term like father is earned. It's not just given. So hopefully you all had a great day and ready to laugh. So if you did have a big meal, hopefully we don't split your gut too hard this evening, because what are we discussing tonight?
We are discussing butt rock. I wanted to say butt fucking rock, but no, butt rock. What in the fuck is butt rock? And does Reaper ever love this shit? Just kidding. You're ready for that one. In the hell is butt rock? That's what we're going to discuss tonight. Maybe we'll get in a couple verbal altercations on here tonight.
It's quite possible.
There's some feisty butt rock fans.
We're going to look at it from every angle this evening, and talk about pros and cons. And believe it or not, this term goes back to the late 80s. So we'll be delving into this in just a second. But
to be fair,
we're going to take a quick commercial break to our brothers over at the Villain Arts Tattoo Conventions. Check it out.
All right.
That's right. I had to give you the super horns, or the mega horn, whatever they call it these days. absolutely awesome Villain Arts Tattoo conventions. Definitely more than just tattoo lifestyle, but a family of freaks all come together in wonderful dark artistry. So if you're in the Denver area next month, myself and my Dark Queen Mischief will be there, along with the gal that was just on Reaper's Underground. If you missed it, Thursday, Reggie Boumouche, the wonderful Perfect 10 of Sideshow performing. She will be there as well. So get the fuck ready. What's up, JD? Yeah, to be fair, it's funny. I was just telling my wife, I was like, everyone loves to say that. So we're going to say it too. What the fuck? Hopefully that'll be the theme for the night.
For me, the one that always makes me laugh is when people say, to be honest. I'm like, well, I try to assume that you're always being honest. So, like, I say, what you actually should say is to be perfectly frank, or to be frank.
Yes. It's like, I don't know. Some of the more proper terms have been put to the wayside. So this is what we are fucking tackling this evening. And sadly, it covers a lot of what Reaper absolutely detests. This, you are looking at Exhibit A, the Butt Rock Starter Pack. So if you had a bad case of hair gel, you might look like this little spiky-haired guy. Or maybe you had a barbed wire tattoo band around your arm, as well as these janky-ass stainless steel crucifixes that can be shoved up the ass of humanity, as well as, and you guessed it, the jeans. Man, let me tell you, in the early 2000s, those jeans were like on every jock, non-metal, balls having kind of person. It's so fucking true. It hurts. And then, of course, a 2-liter of Coke and a bottle of Jack Daniels, because if you're a rocker, that's what you drink. And I mean, you already saw a handful of bands that are on this list. So first, let's give everybody out there in Black Flame Land a close look into what the definition of this thing is, because when I found out where it came from, I couldn't stop fucking laughing because it evolved. Oh, Babylon says, what kind of cologne are they wearing? CK1, of course.
Oh, hell yes.
That was like the shit to put on, I guess, if you were, proud of yourself as a man. I don't know. Personally, I prefer a little musk. So that's just me, because I'm a man. All right. So what I came to terms here with is that we did say that it kind of got this idea got started in the late 80s. This is the bridge of the gap between true metal people and those that like, dare I say, metal with a pop twist. Because let's face it, folks, that is what it is. Now, the original term for this was nothing but rock. That was all it was supposed to basically foreshadow on these types of bands. They were just good old rock and roll, and everybody felt good listening to it. It was always mainstream, but somewhere down the line, we dropped off the word nothing, and now it's straight up butt rock. Well, after we discuss some of the bands that fall into this category, I think you'll understand where we're going. All right, Kyler says, but I'm jacked on sugar. Got a sugar rush going, buddy? That's okay. Oh, Babylon says their boyfriends don't like Musk. I love it.
Oh, we're already getting all kinds of good comments in tonight.
And Kelly just gave us a great one. I love it. Mainstream cock rock is what I call it. You are goddamn right. I mean, everyone has been basically calling it cock rock. At least that's what us, true metal folk actually call it. But I don't know. I just feel like cock rock is a little too cool for this group of bands. I
Cock
don't know.
rock.
What do you think, Hoofbeast?
Cock rock was actually more used in the 80s for the hair bands, like
Yep.
Poison and later Motley Crue. They use that. And it's just the 90s
Warrant.
version of cock rock. Oh, absolutely. What was that other one? Your favorite? Steelheart Reaper?
And Slaughter.
Oh, Slaughter. Oh, yeah.
Oh, and we've already gotten a serenade from the crowd. With brown eyes wide open.
Well, since it's called butt rock, it could be with brown eye wide open.
Kyler says, cock rock, question mark? You've never heard this term? Well, we need to hip you. This is basically rock music that is pretty much engineered to get your girlfriends into what you listen to. These are the bands that are whining and being pseudo romantic and oh yeah, Def Leppard, Def Peppered, absolutely.
but tough and edgy at the same time.
Tough and edgy. Oh,
With
they got some
plenty-
fucking tattoos with some eyeliner.
And with plenty of gel in their hair, and a lot of times one of the band members has somewhat, maybe not so much a faux hawk, but more of a mohawk, just to show how edgy they are.
And it's so edgy, your hair looks like a fucked up version of nachos.
You got it.
That's exactly like it looks like a plate of nachos to me. I can't help it. Or a fucking hedgehog.
All right, Reaper, right up front, can you say anything good about butt rock bands?
I got to tell you folks out there in Black Flame Land, Hoofbeast, I really had to look deep into any kind of positivity that I could say about this. And I'm thinking to myself, since this is what people label this grouping of bands from a couple of different genres, I might add, is that I wouldn't want to be known as, oh yeah, I love butt rock. And I got to give it right over to Babylon Sun there. He's like, prison style. I mean, doesn't that just radiate from a term like this that, you're happy being somebody's girlfriend for the evening? Guy liner and smoldering. Guys, I'm loving the comments. We want to hear from you what you think. So it started with the hair bands, and I fucking hated the hair bands in the 80s, and I was there. I'm sorry, I could not get down with Unskinny Bob. I couldn't get down with Dirty Rotten Filthy Stinking Rich either, or Cherry Pie, although it was catchy. And that is definitely one thing that I really could find to say positive about this before really getting into it, is they pretty much had a blueprint of how to make $1 million.
Yep.
You won't see
hooks.
death metal bands, black metal bands, even doom bands, and we love our fucking doom. Black Sabbath was the only one that could really could say that. So I would say that would have to be it. What about you, sir?
Yep. Yeah. This stuff is like these are the people that want to look like metalheads. There's something I think in all of us that wants to be a little edgy. We want to be different.
Right.
Yeah.
Just enough, but don't really want to cross that line.
Yeah. Like they're the ones that they believe that rock bands, metal bands need to be able to sing. And so, and all these bands, they do have vocals that the ladies will like for at
Exactly.
least half of their songs.
And of course they're like trying to be supermodels at the same time. Like, you know, every chick, no offense to women out there, love y'all, but let's face it, aesthetically it's got to be pleasing at the same time. So, you know, the fact that in the 80s it was the fact of, oh, these guys are being androgynous by putting on lipstick and you know, some rosy cheeks and some wild fucking eyelids. Hell, half the time you couldn't tell if they were transvestite or not. You know, some of them actually looked better as chicks than when they took the makeup off. It's like, oh shit, what the hell was under that? You know, and they would literally have chicks lining up. You know,
Yeah, I saw another one they're called. Sorry, there's another one that they're calling butt rock. It's like, but they call it post butt rock, and it's bands like Black Veiled Brides.
Oh yeah,
Motionless in White.
Yep.
This kind of cheese, I guess, metalcore-ish.
You can thank fucking Marilyn Manson for that one because he made it cool to have the blacked out eyes, the black fingernail polish, you know, have your hairdo kind of fucked up somehow, shave your eyebrows off, you know. You know what I mean? It's like all of a sudden that is what makes people who love that look just wetter than a glass of water. So, and Babylon Sun again hits it right on the button. Panty melter bands. That is exactly it. They are the Tom Jones of rock. Let's face it. That is the truth. But you see, didn't you all have that 1 or 2, 3 or 4 friends that were constantly telling you, oh, turn off Cattle Decapitation. Oh, that Cannibal Corpse fucking sucks. Ozzy can go eat a bag of dicks or something. But then all of a sudden, they go to a Rage Against the Machine concert. Oh, it was the heaviest shit I've ever heard. Oh, it's so fucking good. But yet... they don't know what heavy is, and nothing against Rage Against the Machine. They're a great band. But I mean, we're talking about like all this post grunge stuff that really got this term kicked in. I'm talking about With Arms Wide Open. Suddenly, it's like somebody sampled Eddie Vedder's fucking voice from Pearl Ham and just slapped it on all these new rock bands coming out, and they're not wearing flannels and stuff. They're back to leather pants, and you know, you've seen it, the fucking wife beaters, the black ones. So that was the look. You had to have fucking black leather pants, black fucking tank top. Okay, you had to have very posh, kind of longish but curly hair. You could always tell it was shiny as fuck, like they just got primped and crimped at Go Fuck Yourself. And the next thing you know, every ladies in the world loved these guys. Oh, they have such a positive message. I can just, you know, I can relate to what they're talking about. And metal says nothing relatable.
And a lot of times these guys are, if they weren't wearing black leather, they were wearing sometimes baggy pants with DC skate shoes, or they had
very comfortable shoes, I might add.
or they had the nut hugger blue jeans that are designer with all the special stitching that is right on the lower right hand part of the screen.
And then the wave of the skinny jeans.
Oh, yes.
I gotta say, you know, nothing against, you know, men that are good looking or whatever, but the male form doesn't really look that great when you've got, let's say you got muscular thighs, and then you have the tiniest chicken shins you've ever seen in your fucking life, tight as fuck like a compression sock. Tell me, what is so fucking hot about that?
Yeah.
I to this day, I don't get it. Let's see. They also cite Three Doors Down,
Absolutely.
but then it's like in recent times, they've taken it a step further and throwing a band like Five Finger Death Punch into the mix.
Deservedly so, I would say.
I don't even know how those assholes got popular in the first place. I mean, most of them look like they're rejects from prison. And just because they're playing a 7-string guitar and look Kelly goes, ugh. I feel that spiritually. And they look like they were on the set of Machete or something like that. And it's like, oh, okay, they got the down tune, guitars, real low sound. And then, they're going to throw some double bass in there. And they make it seem like, oh, I'm about to scream and rip your head off. And it doesn't happen. It is a weak scream with some whiny fucking singing after it. I can remember the first fucking time I heard those guys. And they were just doing a lot of screaming at the time. And I'm like, okay, well, this has got some promise at least. I don't know where it's going to go. It's kind of catchy. That's that word we want you guys to remember throughout this whole broadcast. The word catchy. And then all of a sudden he professes to sing. Lost me. Completely fucking lost me. And then there's the bands that get popular for songs they didn't even fucking write.
Oh my God. What is it? Disturbed.
It's like we're in the era of bands thinking they're king shit of fuck mountain, and all they're doing is covers of other people's songs. Did we not learn anything from Metallica doing Bob Seger?
Turn the fucking page.
Turn the fucking station. That's what I said. I don't want to hear this shit. Guys, I ain't got nothing against these guys because they have a fuck ton more money than I do. They played the system. They were there at the right time when these fucking mainstream record companies were looking for a babyface bad boy rocker image.
I just don't have it in me to do that.
I'll never do that. I never did it back then.
I need darkness in my music unless I'm going to do some like jazz fusion type stuff. Like I can get down with that, the improvisation. I like stuff like that. But I cannot do any sort of butt rock, radio rock, sappy, whiny love song crap.
And some of the bands have a really kind of a good aesthetic. Like you mentioned, the Black Veil Brides. You're expecting something heavy from just their look alone. I mean, goth music itself in its purest form is heavy and on a different level. But what is coming out of them sounds like fucking pop punk gone wrong. It's happy sounding.
It's like they're trying to look like Nikki Sixx as well.
The worst motherfucker to ever pattern yourself after, Nikki fucking Sixx.
Oh, good God. I've always hated those Thunderbird basses too. I don't like how they're rounded.
That became a thing too.
Yeah, I don't like
if you had that bass, you were considered cool.
Yeah, I never did. I have never liked those basses. Just a personal thing. There's a bunch more bands. Yeah.
Totally agree with you, brother. Say, money's awesome, but never sell out. You will regret it. Yeah. Stay true, people.
You know what? I used to have people like they knew that I was really into very heavy music, and they would say, "Oh, you should really listen to Godsmack." And what was the other one? So I've got a bunch on the list here. Shinedown was another one. Oh, you should really listen to Shinedown. And then it was
they're talented.
3 Days Grace and Hinder.
And
Puddle of Mud. Yeah. But the biggest one that I used to get was Godsmack. Oh my God.
You know what though? I got with Godsmack on the second record. I think it was called Faceless. It's the one that had I Stand Alone. I actually thought that was a pretty cool kind of, there was a few good songs on there that I really could get into. That first one, just go away. I'm like, you're trying to fucking sound like a heavier version of Creed. Stop it. Fucking stop it. And then it's like, when that album came out, I said, all right, I'll come back. I'll take another listen. And this time it really seemed like it was a harder hitting kind of record, almost kind of like Alice in Chainish a little bit, with like a lot of pagan overtones to it. And then after that record, it was like, what the fuck happened to you? Dropped them like a fucking piece of Kleenex is what I did. And the first thing I read was, because they kept making a big deal about the fact that Sully was like, yep, I'm a witch. My whole family is pagan, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, oh, okay. Somebody on the mainstream, has those great ancestral beliefs. Turns around, finds God. I was like, I'm out. I want to hear no praise music from you fuckers.
Good God.
I'm cool. Yeah, Shinedown, I don't mind them as much because what as they started, they still are, and that's great. I think they're talented musicians, but just not my cup of tea. So I'm not going to shit on them.
Yeah, I would never buy it. Like, they do have some catchy songs.
No. If it's playing in a bar somewhere, okay.
Yeah. It's not like they're playing Lady Gaga or Lil Wayne or some crap like that. That's shit where I'm gonna start running my mouth. But this stuff, I'm just like, yeah, that's fine. People like that. That's fine. At least they're playing the fucking instruments. One band that I like that is on that list is Shinedown. I'm not Shinedown. Chevelle. I actually like Chevelle. All right. Now there's like two albums that I liked. All right, but it's something that I would listen to in the tattoo. Yeah, I'd listen to it in the tattoo shop, but it's a lot of those are not. I'm not going to buy the albums.
Yeah, and I fully believe that, especially in this day and age, this is what Spotify should have been created for, because you don't have to buy anything. It's just there. So if you want to listen to a song or so and not a whole fucking record, then that's cool. But none of these bands are worth getting an entire record of. I mean, Motley Crue back in the day when, Too Fast for Love came out, I bought it.
I like that one. I
still like that album. I will still stand behind it. Even to a point, Shout at the Devil wasn't horrible. Theater of Pain, you lost me.
Yep. There's like 2 songs on Theater of Pain that are worth a shit. When they of all the songs they chose to premiere. Cool. That's a band I could stand to see if I had a free ticket. Yeah, but when they came out with
better live.
Yeah. When Motley Crue came out with Smoking in the Boys' Room, I can't tell you.
Themselves.
I can't tell you how disappointed I was. And then the second song they released was Home Sweet Home. I was so upset because I really like
trying to rival.
Twisted Bon Jovi. Sister. Oh, really? Dang, Twisted Sister was way heavier.
Those anthemic songs were so huge, they decided to come up with some dirty fucking blues version of Smoking in the Boys' Room. And that actually makes me think of something. A lot of the bands that are kind of fall under this term, they all say like my influences were Black Sabbath. They were. I don't know
which album.
AC/DC, Judas Priest. Some even said Iron Maiden. they couldn't hold even just a fourth of their balls with their music. It just doesn't even compare. Yes,
There's no
Kelly, I
darkness.
agree. They are lying. Yes, they are. They must
There's no
be.
darkness. You know, whenever I hear bands that are reputable that say that they're influenced by Black Sabbath, that would be Down, that would be Corrosion of Conformity, and then just about any doom metal band out there, Candlemass, Solitude Aeternus, Paul Bearer, Yob. And that's there you can hear the influence in all those bands. I dare say maybe Down is one of the biggest ones.
Them and Sleep are like the two biggest ones from the
Sleep,
90s.
yeah.
Sleep is, as we know, they're the only motherfuckers I know that can put out a fantastical fucking record, disappear for 20 years, come back, do another one, and it's like they never left.
Yeah. Those are bands, so like when they play their songs live, their songs end up being 12 to 15 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not too much change. So I just saw Paul Bearer in Yob on Thursday night, and
Jealous.
Paul Bearer didn't improvise all that much. They did kind of drag the songs out a bit, but Yob did it quite a bit, which is fine because I was in Asheville, North Carolina, and there are a lot of dope smokers there. So if you go, saying, if you go to a true doom, stoner doom band show, you should probably be high because they're going to drone you out, and there's little kind of change throughout it so that the catchiness kind of loses its flavor after a while. But you just need to be able to put your hair in front of your eyes and just bob to it for a while.
You know, and that's why I say, you know, bands that cite influences like Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, you know, some of the greats from the, you know, the classic rock era, even to the early 80s. Typo fucking Negative is and will always be the most genius band ever. Why? Because they could make every woman go, please fuck me. And sing the way he does, and they're very catchy and very melodic, but dark as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And still have that doom flavor. You name me one other
Absolutely.
band. One other band that could do that. Candlemass was great, but damn it, women weren't fawning over
Hell no.
old dude in the
Hell no.
fucking the hooded robe. They weren't like, ooh, let me give you my panties. No, that didn't happen. Fucking 6'9", fucking built like a fucking shit brick. Fucking Peter Steele comes out there. These ladies will just lay down, legs are in the air. Everywhere he would go. I mean, he was in the cover of fucking Playgirl magazine.
And that's
what
a dark
other
band.
metal band could say that?
Oh.
You know? Now, if everyone was like Typo, I would love it a lot better, and they wouldn't be called fucking butt rock.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to show edginess and aggression, but it just doesn't go far enough, and there's no darkness to it.
No, it's like they give you a look, but what you get doesn't match the look, and people aren't stupid.
Mm-mm.
They are not. That's why, you know, it's primarily teenagers that love their fucking music because, you know, maybe they're not allowed to have a Slayer album or they're not allowed to have Cannibal fucking Corpse. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I agree, Cody, and thank you. Happy Father's Day indeed. Typo Negative is my main goth rock. Absolutely. You know, we could even go back to the 80s for a second. Fucking Duran Duran, fucking Depeche Mode and Bauhaus and
Bauhaus.
Oh man, you know what? They all had a good look that was appealing as well.
Bauhaus was fucking dark too.
Oh yeah, but
Bela
it was very
Lugosi's
commercial.
Dead. Stigmata. Oh boy, there's a lot of good
Fuck
stuff.
Yeah. So it's like, what went wrong in these guys' mind? That, I mean, who was the asshole behind it that said, let's look like women because women will like us if we look like women?
I think it was cha-ching the almighty dollar and getting into panties. That's their motivation.
I mean, I guess it's like your legacy is known as butt rock, people.
You know, I wish that
I would not be
Reaper,
proud of that.
Reaper, I kind of wish you were a famous interviewer and you could interview these guys. And as soon as they drop Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath as influences, just to see your reaction. No, no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
I'd be like, the fuck you just say?
Yeah.
Interview's over. Oh, and Kiss falls under this too.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah, they're fucking
That's
butt rock.
one that doesn't make
They're
any
cock
goddamn
rock.
sense to me at all. Not only that, not only are they cock rock, but god damn it, when the face paint came off
And the chest hair came out.
and it looked like some fucking ugly Ron Jeremy looking motherfucker from 70s porn. I mean, there was nothing attractive there except, hey, I got a lot of money. Okay, I'll spend the night with you. Ah, man, how can you say that? Oh, I was such a dominant force in rock. And then let's take Five Finger Death Fuck. Those guys can't even stay together long enough to put albums out. You know, the fucking lead singer's there one day, gone the next, and there's all this controversy and shit. All of those bands, you look at it, and people love this.
I'm gonna throw out a few more names that we haven't quite hit yet.
Cody
Papa-
says the hairy, sassy men. Babylon Sun says, lick it up.
Yeah.
And you're right here from the Queen of the South. They should have left the makeup on.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's throw a few more names in the pile.
Well,
shall we?
the last one that I'm going to list is the one that I really want to list, and it's a little different, and this might spurn some conversation. But Papa Roach was one. Kid Rock was on that list. I would say the Foo Fighters, kind of post-grunge, because they were on the rock stations all the time. 93 KDKB, nothing but rock. Buck Cherry, hell yes.
Yeah.
Creed, Disturbed, Seether, and the one that I was kind of surprised to see on there, and then I thought about it and I was like, yes, she belongs on there. Eva fucking Essence.
Really? That surprises me because that was kind of more of a hit with the goth community.
Yeah, but all these butt rock people were into that too, and that was on the radio stations the same way. They played it all the time. Whiny, and it fits a lot of the characteristics. Whiny and sappy, cheesy musicians backing you up that are not fucking metal. They're butt rock guitarists.
Oh my God, I love it. Five Finger Meth Punch, love it.
Yeah.
Kelly says, I hate Kid Rock. He's confused and a ripoff. Let's face it, folks. How do you go from, I'm from Detroit, I'm this white rapper, and I'm rapping over rock, I guess. At one point, even stole the riff from Metallica's Black Album. And then suddenly he's a country boy, singing nothing but old Southern classic rock style type stuff.
Well, he's really pushing right-wing fascism these days as well, big time. He's a guy.
I don't get him.
He's a guy. Him and Ted Nugent, I'd love to meet in the Octagon. Put me in there. I'd love to meet them in the Octagon. Kid Rock, I'd love to meet you in there.
See, Ted Nugent, I get. His career was over millennia ago. The only way to stay relevant is to spout off a bunch of bullshit because I was famous once. Everybody knows Scratch, or I can't even fucking say it. I hate
Cat
the damn
scratch
drum.
fever.
Cat Scratch Fever. I was a good guitarist a million years ago. So to stay relevant, if anyone's going to come out and buy tickets to see me play Scratch My Nuts Fever, I better say some shit and get in with one of these political groups, and people will come out and I'll make money off them, and I'll sit in the back jerking off with some peanut butter saying, gotcha. Come on. Wasn't he the guy that married like a 14-year-old or something? I know
don't
she was
about that. I hadn't
underage when
heard
he
that
married
one.
her.
Oh my.
And people like this guy.
Oh yeah. Oh,
You know,
they don't care.
no. And I was at
They
fucking
just don't give a
bingo
damn.
with my wife, and fucking Jerry Lee Lewis comes on. He's from the 50s, the piano player.
Yeah,
I'm sitting here going, you know he did time.
yeah.
You still like his music 60 years later? Oh man. That's what I don't get. All the time you hear in the news now, all these used to be rockers who wrote all these catchy fucking songs that people love, they're all getting in trouble. They're fucking, drugged out. Lead singer of fucking Creed, case in point, lost all his fortune. Oh, I was drunk and out of my mind and thought I could go off on my own. See what you did wrong there? You strayed from the path and you lost everything because you suck. And everybody knew it.
Another characteristic of butt rock is bands that play red state rock festivals, or like our at the county
Where all
fairgrounds.
alternative rock bands go to die.
Yes.
Oh, it's so fucking true. Babylon says Uncle Ted is a sexual predator. Yeah. But nobody said shit to him because he was a fucking megastar for one stupid ass song.
Another thing, when I was watching some of these bands play live, the way they strum the guitar drives me fucking nuts. What they do, I'll try to stand up back here and try to demonstrate it, but it's a lot of way down. Like, so when I pick, I'm like right here. These guys are way up and way down, and
but all they're doing is bar chords, people. It's not
and,
rocket fucking science.
And bopping around.
They're up there to literally give you a show. Give the illusion that they fucking rock, and they don't. Oh, by the way, people, guess what? Newsflash. These are the bands that are using backing tracks. I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
All them metalcore guys got fucking called out because they're all using backing tracks. If you took their backing tracks away, guess what? You'd have shit. Literally shit. Yes. And the motherfucking, radio stations, I swear they're paid to do this. A lot of people probably don't know that. But they're paid to play them songs. Why do you think hip hop and R&B people don't have to go on tour ever? Because their songs are getting played 60 goddamn times a day. That's why I don't listen to any mainstream rock radio at all. Give me the oldies. I'll listen to it all day. If I find a station that actually plays decent metal, sure. But they're few and far between.
Another thing that was really common in the 90s was the guys would have a little landing strip underneath their bottom lip going straight down. That was very common. So there was one guy that did a really good job, and he gave them all the credit for being millionaires and writing catchy licks for their songs. But it's a guy who has a YouTube channel named Finn McKenty, and so he really broke it down really well. I'm going to throw a few more at you. So they would wear skater attire a lot of times, the DC shoes. bracelets and chunky rings on their hands. Not all the time, but a bunch of them did. Like I said before, baggy pants, bling designer jeans, bedazzled jeans. Drip was a big deal, having this jewelry and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. All the
A lot of
fad
them,
shit.
and they would kind of look like, and I think a lot of the butt rock fans would go to Hot Topic to get their attire so that they felt like they were mysterious and a little bit from the dark side.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you get a really cool, art, cool art, whether it goes with your name or it's on your album, it's going to draw people in to want to listen to them because they're giving you the illusion of badassery. And I'm about to drop the king of all butt rock on you. Oh, but before that, Kelly says he said bedazzled jeans. Colby, yes. Okay. And Babylon says probably nose and tongue rings. Yeah. Let's face it.
Oh, absolutely.
Girls would have never have thought to get belly rings or nose piercings if it wasn't based off a lot of these bands and these artists.
Mm-hmm.
But the one that I still cannot understand to this day and hate with a royal fucking passion, which they are finally on the last leg of their career because all these mainstream bands go to Las Vegas to die because that's what happens. Once you're playing Vegas, the ride is over. And thank fuck. As the great drummer Matt Cameron quoted back in 1995 from Soundgarden, butt rock is just the stupidest basic 3-chord rock that you could possibly play. And I couldn't agree more with him on this. Nickel crack.
Absolutely.
There's a million different names for these fucking assholes. Why women were obsessed with fucking Nickelback? Your photograph tattooed on my ass. I mean, how? Why? Kelly says, fuck that band.
And yeah, this is a band that would wear
in Las Vegas and radio, on the radio all week last week. Oh, be caller number 9 to get tickets to go see Nickelback in Las Vegas. I'm sitting here going,
oh my God.
If you gave me a free pair of tickets, I would do a fucking video and put it all over the internet of saying everything I feel hatred for this band while burning those free tickets. And they're probably getting what, $200, $300 a pop?
Oh my gosh.
Kelly, I could not agree more. Elevator music. And not good elevator music either. Not no Stevie Wonder or somebody cool like that. No, Nickelback.
Yeah, it's kind of what store would have that? Like this is something that would play in Kohl's when you're shopping for those bedazzled blue jeans.
I mean, here's my thing.
And designer specially knitted long sleeve button up shirts.
Exactly.
Designer
all
stitched.
in butt rock fashion, being butts together. This band was literally stoned on stage by a crowd at one of like the download festivals. People literally were throwing fucking rocks at them because they suck so bad. And you know what Chad Kroeger had to say? Little fuck bastard. He goes, thought y'all came here to hear some rock and roll. They're waiting for Slayer to go on.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh, I mean, it's just genius that somebody would throw these assholes on the same bill as Slayer and some of the other great heavy bands on this festival and expect that that wasn't gonna happen, I bet you they got in like maybe 3 fucking seconds of photograph, and people were like, "Boo!" I mean, I know I would have been shit. I would have been like one of the stagehands backstage going, "Fuck you!" Seriously, nobody wanted them.
Hell no.
So it was great to see them walk off the stage. The video's on YouTube, people.
Yep.
Check it out. It's hilarious. That's another one. Babylon Sun says, Shiny Doc Martens, no scuffs.
Yeah.
Yep, that's another one. Or those
Oh, yeah, that
imposter
was such
Doc
a trend.
Martens. I don't know, Kelly. I don't think they were throwing rocks at him on, as a gimmick or anything. They literally did not want to hear Nickelback
Yeah.
at that show.
Yeah, they
Seriously.
don't belong there at all. No way. I
And
think
then, what's that?
it downloads in England, right?
See, I can't remember.
I think downloads in England.
It was either there or in Mexico, or Mexico, Venezuela. One of those that had like one of those, big, tons of different bands on one bill show.
Yeah.
And then the only time they were actually able to get a crowd interested in what they were doing was to play Sad But True by Metallica. So was that them trying to show that they had half a nut? Well, choosing a horrible fucking Metallica song is not going to get you any street cred. Avenged Sevenfold already learned that.
Well, that segues us right into this question. When Metallica came out with the Black Album and then with Load and Reload, are they butt rock?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yep. And they
I would
deserve
actually
that,
just
too.
prefer to call them turd rock,
Yeah.
because that's exactly what it was. It was sticky. Yes, Kelly, it gets worse. Yes, it does. There is literally all kinds of bands that fit into this. I would even, as a matter of fact, yes, they actually fit into this. Limp, Soggy Biscuit.
Ditskit, yeah.
And they were like, there was nothing special about them. They just happened to come out at a time when Korn was cutting their teeth, and if it wasn't for Korn, sticking them on one of their tours. And then don't ask me why the hell Max Cavalera would have ever made a guest spot on one of his songs. That was the only way that they got recognized in the metal community. Now, the backup guys from House of Pain, I thought was kind of genius. Wes Borland, great guitar player. But Fred fuck off Durst is one of the biggest assholes in the business. Why they were allowed to continue their onslaught of our ear holes as they did, I will never know. I still occasionally hear that fucking douchey fucking song, I Did It All for the Nookie.
Yeah, I got to say this. So there's something that I say for a lot of musical, and I'll put it in quotes, artists. And Lil Wayne definitely fits this bill. Beyonce fits this bill. Lady Gaga fits this bill. All this fucking pop shit, but Limp Bizkit absolutely fits this bill. This is music for stupid people. They just want to have a little thing to bop with. The beat is akin to something that a fourth grader could come up with. The lyrics are something that a sixth grader could write. And there's just nothing to chew on. It's fucking insipid.
There's no depth. If you take some of these asshats and stick them next to the original Van Halen, that's right, with Diamond Dave. Now, that's a party band. That is a party band that metalheads, non-metalheads could all agree is a great fucking band.
Hell yes.
Just like Judas Priest. You listen to that earlier Judas Priest stuff, even AC/DC. Come on, people. We all can get down with those songs. Yes, they were catchy. Yes, they were fun, but damn it, they weren't trying to win any kind of popularity contest, try to, outdouche each other. They weren't trying to be supermodels. I mean, look at the entire band of AC/DC. Not a looker in the bunch. So
No,
it was
true.
it was literally all about the fucking music, Man, they look like they got their fucking clothes out of a Cracker Jack box. Nobody cared because the music was so good.
Yeah.
And let's face it, leather and studs, Judas Priest is responsible for that. And later Iron Maiden. But not as much as them. They made it real popular. So it's like whatever the latest fad was in fashion, music had to fit it. And a lot of these bands really did.
Yeah, these butt rock bands, I think, really have an appeal with people who are not metal, but they enjoy flirting with that identity, with the metal identity. And that's cool. You want to do that? That's cool. But like, there's some people like I'm tired of hearing. I listen to all kinds of music. Now, primarily, I'm a metalhead, but I do like jazz, mostly jazz quartets, and I do like some big bands. As long as fucking piano isn't the feature, I like guitar to be the feature instrument. I like that.
Oh yeah, a lot of the old Les Paul stuff.
Yeah. Like there's a bunch of stuff that I listen to, but it's these butt rockers who will say, "Yeah, I listen to all kinds of stuff," and then they're listening to all kinds of pop shit that is just absolutely insipid.
Well, and let's face it, corporate rock was a thing in the 70s. I'd say mid to late 70s is when corporate rock actually started, where they would just put these guys together, package them in a way that they thought all the kids would find cool. Sticks, good luck. That was one of the big ones. And then, of course, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Journey. I do enjoy Journey. Corporate rock.
They sure were. Boy, did they ever cater to the ladies.
Exactly. And that was the thing.
Yeah.
But you know who was doing that long before and never compromised himself? Robert Plant.
Man.
Come on. Singing about them honey walls. Come on. Every woman in the world wanted that guy. Hey, Steven Tyler, when he resembled a human being. He's looking pretty rough these days. But
yeah, that was definitely they turned to cock rock in the middle '80s.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Oh, no. But still, you still couldn't hold a candle to say that Nickelback deserves to be next to Aerosmith. I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
How? That was what an actual bad boy kind of like image rock that wasn't heavy that people enjoyed. But guess what? On both sides of the coin. Those that liked Sabbath liked Led Zeppelin, liked Aerosmith.
Deep Purple.
Yeah. So, and then of course, Ronnie James Dio. He was good for everybody. So, that's what I take issue with. And again, in this article, it even goes on talking about the fashion of this genre of rock. And this is what I'll close out with. It says, but how could you tell if something's butt rock? That's where fashion comes in after glam. Butt rock took on a look that closely parallels standard issue rock star gear. Engineered for your pleasure, people. Because they think everyone's fucking stupid. Just if you use your ears, you'll realize that it all fucking sucks. Oh, man. Babylon Sun, comment of the night. Tyler looks like he belongs in the Dark Crystal these days.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, it's
Babylon.
perfect. It's absolutely
Babylon
perfect.
has been outstanding tonight.
Oh, most deaf. Because apparently this is a genre of, you know, the pop rock world that everyone has something to say about, and that's great. We've all bonded in this way. And it says, think ornately decorated jeans, an open dress shirt,
Stitch
a
often
graphic
too.
t-shirt a la Ed Hardy, or Affliction, maybe a designer leather jacket. The amount of their hair product used could also give clues.
This is an excellent description.
And then it says, but fashion can't make up for the attitude. And of course, butt rock has that in spades. I would have attitude too if I was a whiny bitch. Like something just, you know, it's like what's his name on fucking Family Guy? You know what grinds my gears? Well, at least he was cool because he was being himself and not pretending that you're some hard off the street motherfucker because you grew up with a silver spoon.
Yeah.
You ain't fooling nobody. Probably had an uncle that worked for a label and said, oh, do me a favor. Come on, there's no talent there. You can't tell me that Chad Kroger grew up wishing he could be a rock star. I wouldn't believe you if you told me. I wouldn't believe it if he said it. And he's an asshole. Yes, Charlie. Charlie, I agree. The ego. It's like they get such a big ego of themselves that they just have to bitch and moan and collect millions of dollars. Fuck you. I got bigger problems than that. You ain't fooling nobody. All the greats from the old days came from nothing. Literally nothing. Black Sabbath came off the fucking street in a desolate, dark, dank fucking, you know, industrial town called
Iron
Birmingham.
Maidens, same way. Metallica.
These guys had
same
nothing.
way.
Nothing. Literally nothing. They didn't want to work. They just wanted to rock. And, you know, after fucking cutting their teeth and shit, they got there. These guys were handed it. Probably won, like, I don't know, one of those Battle of the Bands competitions.
Oh, God.
That's why they're in Vegas, people. Because it's time to die.
Yes.
So
And
that
hallelujah.
is our synopsis of this fucking bullshit called butt rock that apparently has been around longer than I expected. But then again, once I understood the concept, the douchey McDougalson mixed with hair products and fashion, it all started to fall into place. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Comment section, y'all out there, Black Flame Land, fucking A++. You guys made this all the better, for sure.
Hell yeah. It was great.
So, yeah. And we'll be back next Sunday with another incarnation of Tracks of the Damned. So definitely keep checking the socials. Reapers Underground, Black Flame, Human Hoof Beast on Instagram. So you can find out what our new topic will be. I don't know. This was like one of the best ones ever and the most fun because I got to yell.
You yell almost every time because we always bring up some dipshit in every topic that we have. It's because you're like a library. You're able to reach back and find something that's funny or annoying or relevant in a negative way to what we're talking about, but a fucking hilarious and important way.
I mean, you could see everyone else felt the blows out there in the comment section. All we had to do was say their name. It was just like, oh, throw up.
Nickelback is the biggest vomitous projectile.
Oh my God, it's the worst. But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. You might want to think about tuning in to Reapers Underground this Tuesday.
Uh-oh.
Magister Bill M. from the Church of Satan will be joining the Underground. Everything you wanted to know about the church's history, about modern Satanism today, all the way back to the time of the great Anton. Tune in. Have a conversation with us. We're going to be talking all things devil.
And what time is this going to be on Tuesday?
8 p.m. CST. So I believe that would be 9 o'clock your time.
9 Eastern.
Absolutely. So I'm fucking ecstatic that he even said yes when I asked him.
Hell yeah.
So tune in on Tuesday. And then we got more shows coming up this week. A second Reapers Underground with a director of a really cool independent horror film called Oops, Vampires. It's really good, and I think you'll enjoy checking Michael out. And as far as I know,
one more thing
on Sunday.
And one other thing is, if you can't make this show on Tuesday or another show that Reaper has, go to Reapers Underground on YouTube and probably Facebook, and you can find them there. If you go on YouTube, you're going to have to type in Tracks of the Dam if you want to see ours. If you missed some of ours, you want to go back and see them. And please go on there, like and comment, and subscribe to Reapers Underground as well. Thanks.
Oh, absolutely. Bill is looking forward to a buffet of questions that I'm sure that will be running around. So whether you're a Satanist or not, you just might be curious. Have a good night, y'all. And again, happy Father's Day to all those making a fucking difference in some child's life, because it is so damn important. And if you haven't thanked them in a while, do it.
As a high school teacher for 20 years, I did all kinds of parent-teacher conferences. Almost all the kids who struggled didn't have dad involved in their lives at all, or had dad involved in a really negative way. I can't believe some of the stories that I can tell.
Same.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Father is a name that is earned.
Exactly.
You don't just get it.
No.
It's hard work. But
you gotta earn it.
But it's something that we love to do. My daughter just got home. Played in her first professional soccer game this week as well.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah. And I couldn't go see it. It was an away game up in North Carolina.
I'm sure you'll definitely catch one. But as you're getting ready for that Monday morning commute that we all love to hate on the Manic Monday, just remember, while you're still probably sneaking extra snacks after dinner, stay heavy.
All residents, go in and stay in your houses. Drive the rats in the tank area.